Hey, LaGrave family, where does our help come from? Our help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, and our help is in the name of Jesus Christ, who is the same yesterday and today and forever. Well, today we have a little pet crisis in the Manion household. Some households got a pandemic puppy. We got a pandemic betta fish. And this weekend, as I was working in my son's room with him, cleaning it up, we noticed that the tank heater had come unplugged. So there was Mr. B at the bottom of the tank with his little gills working overtime to try to get enough oxygen into his body because his tank was too cold. And that experience of working to try to get this tank warmed up again for this tiny little fish who's so dependent on us for care and food and a warm place to live and be was surprisingly sad for me. We hope he's gonna be okay, this little tiny fish. But it was a little picture for me of so much that is wrong. And it really pricked at my heart over the weekend. And it made me realize that my grief resilience right now is a bit low. And maybe that's true for others of you too. That one sad thing sort of makes you recognize a whole bunch of other losses that are bigger and greater than the smaller trigger that has tapped you in any given day. A bunch of you have experienced significant losses this year. As a whole community, we've had quite a year. Certainly not the worst in the history of the world, but also far from the best. And we're carrying that around. So I wanted to sit in the shadow of Jesus and listen to the Beatitudes myself this weekend. So I want to say a couple of verses there for you and then also share with you a reflection from a devotional book that I appreciate called Every Moment Holy. So just these two verses first. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. So if you're grieving, if you're mourning, if you are realizing that your soul is thin and impoverished and in need of Jesus to fill it, Jesus comes. He's coming, and we're remembering that in a few weeks, that he's on his way and he's coming back. And alongside of that thought, I want to read these words for you about weeping. We've wept so often, and we will weep again. And yet there is somewhere in our tears a hope still kept. We feel it in this darkness like a tiny flame when we are told that Jesus also wept. O Spirit of God, is it then possible that our tears might also be a kind of intercession? That we, your children, in the groaning over the sadness of creation, could be joining in some burdened work of coming restoration? Is it possible that when we weep and don't know why, it is because the curse has ranged so far and so wide? That we weep at that which breaks your heart, God, because it has also broken ours. O Lord, if it pleases you when your children weep and don't know why, yet use those tears to baptize what you love. So Lord, in our tears, we ask you to baptize what you love. And now greet my brothers and sisters, Lord, and bless them. May the peace of Christ be with you wherever you may be. May he shelter you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he fill you with thanksgiving at the wonders that he shows you. And may he bring us home and turn our mourning into rejoicing, face to face again once more.